What's going on, everybody? Rob here. Got 2016 Hyundai Sonata. I just had a video on how crappy it is to jack up. We're replacing these dry rotted tires right here with brand new Hankooks that we got from Walmart. Okay, so I just took the tire off, and there's one right there, one right there. These were taken off. There's weights right here and there's weights right here. So we're gonna start from scratch with all the new weights, and then you see it's dry rotted all the way around. You gotta take this out right here. That's the center cap. Then we're gonna go ahead and get the air thing out right there. Here's something like dragging a car. Sounds creepy crazy. Okay, so we need this right here, this right here. Watch my video on that jack stand. I got all these 3 tons and I had to use their special jack. All right, so we're right here. Don't lose these. Drives me nuts when people put these just somewhere else and they lose them, so don't lose those. This right here goes inside of here. You got to find your groove to get these off. Now you got to watch this. These are tire pressure monitor sensors, so you don't want to break that piece on the inside of the tire. I'll probably replace that. Alright, so then you're going to use this right here. Pop out that right there. Stop. Okay. Then you're going to use these right here. Pop that one off. Pop that one off. These are the weights. Now, this right here. I got a piece of wood, a little painter's thing, and I'm going to try to get the rest of those off. And you got to clean it really good, because if you don't clean it really good, you're not going to get the new ones to stick on. So I had this little metal crowbar by my tire machine. No, I'm not going back and forth, I'm just underneath the weights. So all the weights are off. Now I'm going to clean the inside of the rim, the perimeter of the rim, all the way around in here where the weights are going to go. This is just my tire soap that I checked for the beads with, but I know I'm going to have to put a weight on in there, so I just want to get it prepped now. This is really super hard to get off, but I'm going to try to get this off the best I can in case I got to put a weight right there. I got a gazillion plastic scrapers, but this is the only one that I found, so I'm just going to go ahead and start working some of this tape off, and then I'll get back with you when I'm doing the tire. Well, that's the best I got it right there. That's all the way off. This little bit I've been rubbing with a green scrubby, it's not coming out, so that's where it is. Alright, when you're breaking your bead, if you got tire pressure monitors, you don't want that spade on the tire pressure monitor. You want it on the other side. It's the first one right here. On this machine, it's halfway down to start squeezing the bead. Don't hold on to here. Don't hold on to here, because when it pops, it's gonna jar your wrist. So that's all the way off. Push down on the other side, make sure it comes all the way off them, and then it'll come off real easy this time. There. It's broken off all the way around. I'm gonna do the same thing to the other side. That one's on there really good. Get another grip. Man, that should have broke already. It popped off the bead, but it's still stuck in here, so I'm just going to keep going around to get it all the way off. All right, I always find it easier to clamp them from the inside of the knuckle, inside going out, than outside coming in, because sometimes you got to push on the rim to get it down off of all the tires. Now that's where the tire pressure monitor sensor is, right there. So I always keep this, or when I put this down, this is just past right here, so when I flip it up, I don't break that sensor. So it's the middle one on this machine that you got to kind of hold down so it could grab hold of it. Oh, that one went really fast. Normally don't go that fast. All right, so now lift that lever up to bring this down right here. All right, see how that is right there? Then I'm gonna go ahead and lube up this whole top, and after I get the top off, I'm gonna lube up the bottom. Even though this tire is coming off, you kind of worry about ripping the bead, but also it makes it easier around the rim, and it makes it easier on the machine for when this is coming off. And I don't do low profile tires at all. I hate doing low profile tires. I'm gonna lift this up a little bit because I don't want that dragging on the rim, so I'm gonna lift this off of the rim a little bit. I don't want that dragging on the rim. I'm gonna get that close as possible to the rim, not touching the rim. Alright, get your tire spoon. I gotta get more tire spoons. I'll do a video on that in a little bit. I'm gonna move it a little bit further away from the TPM. Grab the tire itself. You push down on one side and then you flip it up over the other side. This is where the glue on that, where it's really not the glue, the sealer. You see how easy that came off? I'm gonna get it past this again, past it again, but I'm gonna lube up the bottom. People say, well, you're just wasting tire lube. Well, this is how these machines are 25 years old still, because I spoil the machines. So I'm getting the whole bottom part of the tire nice and slick to come right off. Whole bottom of the tire is real slick. Got to lift it a little bit this way to be able to grab it. It's kind of like a dance. You lift this and you pop it over and then you spin it. See how easy that was? Wow. All right, so this is off. Swing it out, don't move that. I didn't touch any of the rim with the machine at all. This is the tire pressure monitor sensor. This is what you want to make sure you're not clamping, you're not breaking the bead, you're not hitting this with a piece of rubber, because if you break this, you're going to mess up the tire pressure monitor sensor. So that's why you very gingerly take that. Now these are going to be cleaned a little bit, probably with the green scrubby, and I don't think I got to put bead sealer on it because the rim is still pretty good. It was stuck in here. Also different types of rims. This is a stock rim where it's fatter on the bottom and skinnier on the top. Now some of the custom rims are fatter on the top and skinnier on the bottom. So you got to work on those with this part upside down, and you do need special protectors so you don't mess up your rim. But these right here are A-OK USA, just like this. So I'm going to clean that off with a green scrubby around the bottom and top, and I should be able to put it on without bead sealer. I normally use bead sealer, but man, sometimes when it dries it's so hard to get off. So I'm just gonna wipe them off real fast, put the other tire on. So if they got a lot of bead sealer on them or rust or whatever, then yeah, you're gonna have to bead seal them. But these didn't have any bead sealer or any rust. These are still newer rims. So I'm just gonna have to lube them up and get the tires on. Make sure I get the new tire and not the old tire. Now these are not directional tires. Sometimes you gotta look to find out if you got directional tires. These tires are not directional tires. Alright, so you put the tire on here. Don't forget, your TPM has to be past where you're gonna be working at over here. You can get the tire lube, and I'm gonna lube both of them really good. They say, well, you don't need to use the back. I work smarter, not harder. I use my tire soap, and right here you gotta hurry up because tire soap dries fast. So this right here, you gotta try to hurry up because this does dry fast. So you have your machine you didn't adjust it at all, so you have your machine help you get the tire on. See, right there. Have your machine help you get it on at the bottom. I don't want to hit that TPM. Let me go back for a second. It's right around where the TPM is. I don't want to hit it. You hit that TPM, you're gonna have to take it to the shop anyways to get another TPM put on. See, if you hit that, it started to hit that, so I backed up and I redid it again. So this is gonna come all the way back around again. I don't want to start putting it on till that TPM is past. Then it's past it. Then I can start putting it on right now. And it's on. I didn't mess with the tire pressure monitor sensor at all. But now it's a trick that you got to hurry up and start filling it, because once that bead sealer dries, it's going to be hard to set the bead. I didn't pop the machine off yet until the bead set. I can loosen it up. There's one bead. I got one more bead. Alright. Now I loosen it up from here. But before you take it off, you have one of these ready. Alright. Put you back up here. See, so that's on really good. Don't over tighten it, you don't want to rip it. Then you can loosen the tire from the rim. So the rim is loosened now, see? And then now you fill it, but you fill it to not what the tire specification is, you fill it to what the car specification is. So I gotta go look inside the car. I'm gonna take it up to 35. And then I'm going to look at the car. Ah! I didn't have this open. Alright, now I got pressure. I'm going to take it up to 35 before I go look at the car. Then I'll go look at the car and do exactly what the car specifies. A lot of people look at the tire and say, well, it says 50 psi, 30 psi. A lot of these cars, they have their own sensors in them, and they have a special how much pressure you need in there. Hopefully they're gonna lock. So you're gonna look in the car and you're gonna read right there how much pressure you need. I had to run inside and get my bifocals. 34 psi is what that tire needs. So I'm gonna put 34 psi, check for leaks, then balance it. All right, now this tire I didn't put any bead sealer because the rim was clean. The inside of it, so that's your TPM. Remember I said check your TPMs, make sure you didn't break them. Then you're gonna go ahead and do all the way around your rim. And believe me, if you have a leak right here, see this, it's gonna be that times 10 with like a kid blowing bubbles. So you're gonna check all the way around your rim. Nothing, then you flip it over and do the same thing on the back. And then I'm gonna go ahead and wipe it down really good. And I'm going to dry it off, clean it off, and then next video is going to be balancing it. So this tire is good to go.